There are some people who think that African art is primitive art, but that's not true. Because now what we do, we create. And every piece I do, like me, I do different pieces from each other. And actually I do stories, and I create my own stories, so I put them on canvas. So I don't believe on those people who say that African art is primitive.
Made from goat skin or sheep skin. Yes, so that's why he's very alert, waiting for anything which might happen.
But this was good for them because they believe.
There's not much of an understanding of the stories that create the type of artwork, and that it's all sort of very lumped into, oh, this is a tribal artwork, without an understanding of the background and the spirituality and the stuff that comes to develop the artwork. And there's definitely sort of no real understanding of that in Australia, where I come from.
Let me turn on the water. I'll just be a minute. Calabash is used as beer gourds, usually for bride price to buy, which the Kamba thought was their ancestral home, and these are the ancestral creatures of the Kamba around the mountain for cooking. And here you have another container for water. Africa has contributed more to the world of art than almost any other part of the world, yet African artists themselves have a very difficult time. They're treated differently than artists from other parts of the world. They're confronted with almost a patronizing attitude. Sometimes, if they go to an art gallery, the art gallery doesn't think it's African art unless they've seen it in a museum or a book. And you don't have this sort of attitude confronting anybody else. So African artists have a difficult time. Plus, four-breasted woman. You see the woman up there with her four breasts and her father, the king. So she goes out in the forest. She meets this hunter. The hunter says, "I'll marry you if you don't cook me this leaf." She says, "I'll marry you if you don't call me four breasts."
I do realistic work, and somebody expects me to do something that is primitive. It doesn't work. They say that what I do is Western art. That is not my understanding. I have my own eyes, I have my own way of thinking. I make what I see. So in the West, they believe that if you're an African artist, then you have to have that mind of actually doing only abstract. Because that is what people assume, that is what you can see and express. That's not the case.
And the figure here is very interesting, the way he made it.
Warner Trust workshop, he stayed on for 3 months as a resident artist. So these are some of the